Welcome to my channel, the Supp channel. I have a video that's going to be downloading soon. And just to mind you guys, because I've been noticing sometimes I'll repeat myself twice, right? So in the video I said mantis, so I was showing the mantis thing, right? The Kung Fu is pretty fairly simple if you've done enough studying, right? So like, take boxing for instance, just short little recap. Now, if I'm jabbing, you know, like, and bam, I hit you with my power shot. Like, there's always that, right? You work on your fair jabs when you're learning the fundamentals, right? So, usually it's jab, 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 bam, right? Or jab, 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 bam, right? It's getting a little nippy in here. I like sporting this shit. Plus, I get paid for it. No, honestly. Sporting the UFC stuff. Sponsoring these knives too. I get paid for it. Well, anyways, I'm going to be joining a TikTok channel soon. See if I can get some enough viewers in order to, you know, get people to subscribe to my channel. Why not? You know what I mean? I might as well try it out just to make a little extra bread on the side. I don't know how it works. I'm gonna try it. It's gonna suck trying to learn how to edit and do all that. I fucking suck at the internet and computer shit and phone shit and anything that has to do with electronic shit. But anyways, what I was saying is that when I was explaining the mantis, right? Like, okay, the boxing or the fundamentals, when you're doing the jab and the punch and all that, right? It's all pretty much fundamentally the same thing. So, like, if you know how to push and deflect and forcefully use power, like karate, you know, you're putting your power into it, your whole body, right? Now that takes a fuckload out of you. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been doing it for about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say about 6 days. Was going on 7, I believe. I can't remember the actual day that it happened for me. When it just came out of me, right? Like something happened over here. Like if you pay attention to some of my videos, in the back of I call it the rain duck area, where it's just a big old cemented block area where it just, you know, if there's rain coming, it just goes down that whole terrain. So I call it the rain duck, or the rain, yeah, the rain, whatever, right? Because I don't know what it's really actually called, but I usually call it the rain duck. Sometimes I'll take Lulu down there if you guys see me throw the tire, and I'll do my leg conditioning. I've been conditioning for quite some time. I want to say for like 2-3 months maybe. Anyways, I was going through my ups and downs and life's bullshit struggles, you know. And just even though I was, you know, going through my thing, I was still viewing these videos, like the Karate Kid with the Jackie Chan, right? I was watching it over and over and over, over and over and over, over and over and over, and it was just seeping in. Somehow, some way, it was just really seeping in, right? I don't care what other people say. That's just how I operate. You know, other people can do studies or maybe watch one video and then watch something different. Now, for me, if I find something very particularly that's clicking in there, and it's resonating with me a lot, I'll view it and 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 view it until it gets really imprinted in my mind. And then there's manifestation, right? Because even the Shaolin master, Mr. Shahan Lee, explains that if you lay there, or if you're meditating, whether you're praying and meditating on God, or you're meditating in your mind to create something, right? Like maybe like a fighting technique, or you're envisioning something, you know what I mean? Because there's good ways to meditate, and then there's bad ways to meditate, from what I'm learning, because you got good knowledge and wicked knowledge, right? A lot of people are veering off to wicked knowledge because a lot more people are falling in love with the aspect of money, control, or maybe they want some kind of magic because they can't find real love, you know? It's just a lot of different concepts into things. People are fucking crazy. People are weird. People don't want to believe in God or have any faith. Like, let's say you don't want to believe in God. Okay, that's fair. You had your reasons or whatever. But they don't want to give faith into things And if the struggle becomes too difficult, they'll bring on witchcraft shit or spirits or play with the Ouija board or whatever you want to fucking call it, right? Now, I don't veer off into things like that, and I know it's kind of going off of subject a little bit, but a lot of the aspects of Kung Fu is pretty much conditioning, right? So, like the tiger strikes that you see me doing, it's just a claw hand. It's not fist. So, if I'm doing this, right, or pop, 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 you just got to think about open hand, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different in the concept of like, if I punch you, it's going to land. Now, if I claw out, at some point, I'm going to tear something or I'm going to grip and turn your shit or bend your wrist, right? Or get your trachea here or your, whatever you call this, right? Like your esophagus, boom, right? So if you ever see me do like the jump and turn and spin, it's to really get you in your throat or maybe even grab you by your face, you know what I mean? There's so many different things. Like I said, there's the snake. I've seen it on the YouTube. You can look it up. It's a guy that uses his whole body, and you can see the way he turns, and it's called snake kung fu. But that can only be used and applied so many ways, right? Unless he's gonna do something like this and have a strike, right? Like snake-wise. But as far as I know, he was doing a coil and coming out and expanding. And yeah, if you think about it, if somebody were to turn and coil up and fucking really use their body, and that shit fucking swings and hits you, you're gonna be like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And then you can work other things into it. But that's what I'm saying, is that the concepts of Kung Fu is pretty much applying different techniques like Mantis. Like I said, there's Mantis, there's the claw, like the tiger strike claw, and there's monkey, right? I don't really know that one too well. I could look it up and then just apply it in my mind. But that's what I'm saying. I was doing a lot of research and a lot of studying in the aspect of really just soaking it in. And one day it just came out of me, like something just told me, just open up now. Just you know, and I understood it when it just hit my mind. Because it's no different if you go into the interviews with Bruce Lee. He said that the art of the martial arts is simply learning to freely express yourself, right? So if you know the art or the form or any kind of technique in fighting, or you have strength in that area, or you've been fairly conditioning for quite some time. I mean, for me, I've been doing it for 6 years. Whether I was, you know, going to the Fort Mojave Boxing Center for quite some small time and then I stopped going, I had my reasons, or if I went to a karate class for however long, right, for a couple months, or got a couple different trainers, or I had friends that were training me. Like I have a friend named Michael. I haven't seen him in a while. He's kind of doing some personal things with his life right now. I can't wait to hear from him, hopefully, when he comes back from, I believe he's in New York right now, but he's working on some stuff. He trained me in running, and he taught me, even in just that small aspect of learning to run, like the breathing technique, the movement, the foot plant of how you hit soft dirt to hard dirt, you know, especially the breathing techniques that really bring out the phlegm, whether you're a smoker or you're not, but learning how to push out the mucus through your cardiovascular here, throughout your esophagus and out your mouth, the way you breathe. You know, there was a lot of aspects to it. A lot of people just think, like, when it comes to any kind of training method, whether it's tennis, boxing, soccer, you know, it could be baseball, it could be basketball, it could be skateboarding, bicycling, you know, motorcycling. There's so many techniques that go into that shit, especially violinists, pianists, guitar, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different types of things that go into something that people are just like, oh, just get it, or oh, just ride, and you know, oh, just bounce the ball. It's not that simple. You know, there's so many things that go into it in order to either make it look good and fancy, or you're really actually putting a lot of energy and focus into it. You know, it's no different from drawing. Drawing's very difficult, you know, if you're trying to get the shading right and you're doing the lining and then you're coloring it in. Like, it takes a lot of focus, a lot of imagination, you know, and so a lot of things, you have to have a big imagination. But overall, like I said, Bruce Lee was saying simply expressing yourself would be like expressing yourself in the art of either fighting in general or kung fu, right? So kung fu can be pretty much anything from what I was told or what I was listening to, which was the White Dragon, Matt James or Jane or Matt James, or I don't know his last name particularly. I draw so many blanks nowadays. But what I was gonna explain is in that video that I'm gonna upload fairly soon, is that when I said mantis, I said, oh, I'm gonna figure out towards the end. I was saying I said mantis again. I didn't mean to say mantis again. I was veering morely wanting to say the centipede. That's almost like the mantis, but the centipede is actually an art. I'll post a video. It's called the Five Venoms or something like that, right? And each in particular dude takes on a certain art. Like there's the centipede, the toad, the lizard guy, I believe. What else was there? Oh, the scorpion, and some other one. I don't know if it's monkey or I forget. I think it's the snake. So the snake, the toad, the lizard, the centipede, and some other dude, right? So there's like 5 of them, and they all practice a particular art. The toad is fairly cool because he's like indestructible. He's like working on his whole body, and he's just really strong. Like his whole body's like steel. The centipede is like, you know, like an actual centipede. You got the whole body, but then you got all the little legs, right? So he's like, so he's moving frequently so much with his hands where all these plates are coming down. He's fucking breaking them, and then he's doing shit with his feet, you know, like blah, blah, blah. It's fucking bad as fuck. I'm gonna look into that more and see if I can apply it, because what I did today, like I said, these languages were hard to pronounce. Bakwa is basically the slow motion, if you ever watched it, in the Jet Li movie called The One, where he's doing this shit, you know, like he's doing like a deflecting type of fight skill, where he's able to like push off any kind of force that's coming at him. The other one is Kinshi, or it's like Xinyi, and it's hard to pronounce. It's Chinese, right? So I think it's like Kinchi. Kinchi is the one that is the power shot. When you see me doing a lot of this, you know, or when you hold your knuckles like that, right? Like, so you have closed fists, but if you're right here, it's morely like this, right? More of a stretch. Yeah, right? And you get hit there, that shit's really gonna fucking hurt. You can hear that, right? Like, if I hold this, and if I put my whole body into it, see, just throwing that out alone, like, right? Like, poof, and using your feet, I tore my shoulder. Like, I didn't tear it because of this shit, but okay, like, this is some of my routine. I just want to kind of veer things out a little bit, so that way nobody thinks it's just a lot of stomping and this and that. There's a lot of fucking energy going into that shit. It fucking hurts, like over time, like, because I'm using different physicalities of the body, like boxing and conditioning and moving and hip move. You know what I mean? That is a lot of conditioning, yes, but also too, it's just a lot of fast movement, and then you might apply some pressure, but every jerk, every move, every turn that I'm doing is applying a lot of force, a lot of power, a lot of focus, and it's a lot different. It's very a lot different. Trust me, especially the stretching and doing the leg movements and you know, the breathing technique and shit like that. Like, I'm opening different parts of the body, especially with the lungs when you're, you know, like, you're opening capillaries in the system here in your lungs for your cardiovascular. And then spinning and kicking and all that shit, it's way different. Like boxing, if you know what you're doing, it becomes a routine where the breathing's easier. But if you're doing a spin kick and a high kick and a stretch and bending, you're talking about your lower back, your hip flexors here, like all this shit. Like you're moving so many different parts of your body, especially like with your punches and your forces and shit that's going like either up or sideways, right? Like you're bending and turning in different ways that boxing's not too much required, you know what I mean? Like you would have to do it to understand it, like and feel it. Okay, mama, just go to sleep. Fucking Lulu, man. She's all tired. She's like so sore. And I noticed today though too is that like she looks fucking big. Like her fucking paws, she looks all like muscled out, and I'm like, damn nigga, I was only gone for a couple hours. Like, did you grow when you were asleep? I don't understand. It's just fucking funny how she'll just stand there and she's so muscly and she's like, but then she wants to be a punk and pick on like the weaker ones or the little dogs. She'll fuck with the big dogs, don't get me wrong. She'll fuck with the big homies and shit. But when they snap at her, she's like... she's like one of those fools, right? She reminds me of one of those fools like in a gang movie that knows that, okay, I can hurt these people, I can hurt those people. I'm too weak for those people, but I'll test them a little bit. And then when I become bigger, then I'll take them on, right? Like, she reminds me of one of those sucker fools, you know, like... that are smart and they're trying to use their brain, and then like when they do get up on their strength, they'll take you out, you know what I mean? So she's kind of dirty. She plays fucking dirty when I think about it, especially with me, like when I'm trying to square up with her. she's like one of those gangsters that's like, you know, maybe right now I can't get him, but when I get around there somewhere, I'm gonna get him. She's a dirty cat. Anyways, right, that's just her personality for right now. Unless it changes, I don't know. But if she's with me, I gotta deal with it. That's just my nigga, you know? That's just how she gets down. Not me, oh my god. Oh, baby, you're so shitty, huh? She fucking hates the camera. She's like, don't ever expose me again. I'm gonna take you out when I get stronger. Huh, Lulu? You planning on taking me out? I'm watching you, little nigga. I gotta drink my water and get nice and replenished before my funeral. Honestly, before this nigga hits me with the funeral. I don't know what's up with this fucking stupid ass fucking phone. It has this stupid dot. I hate when it does that shit. Just get out of here. I don't know. It doesn't want to go anywhere. Anyways, what was I explaining? I didn't even want it to go this long. It's already gonna be 19 minutes. So anyways, what I was saying is that, you know, like I messed up in the video what I had said in the beginning about the mantis. You guys all see that, but like I said, it's no different from like if you're boxing, throwing out claws, you're doing the mantis. It might be a little different because you're grabbing, right? But if you're applying enough out in the open, like you see me in the videos, eventually if it comes one-on-one and someone goes to strike, your shit is so much already out there, like you'll probably like already see it coming, and you'll be able to pull that, hit this, and do that, right? So it's basically like an all-round game, like because I was watching this dude, right, and it was in one of the YouTube videos I had posted up, and it says Bakwa, right? Bakwa, and Bakwa is, well, not Bakwa. I don't know. It's weird because they'll say Bakwa and then they'll say Kinshi, right? And then like the moves are different. I thought they were only one particular move. So for me, Bakwa is, I guess, basically the hand motion, push, and whatever, right? And then Kinshi is the strong element of the force, right? Of like how you have to watch some of those videos that I had posted on Facebook, but that's the whole forceful, like very aggressive hand movement versus the Bakwa is pretty much like deflecting and reflecting and kind of like water. It flows one way, and you're just kind of deflecting off all the shit that's coming at you targetedly. You know what I mean? Like all the force that's coming at you, you're able to like deflect it and push it. So that's just one of their teachings or whatever. But what was I gonna say? That so these techniques that are like that are found. Okay, so what was it? What was the guy doing? I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, okay. So basically, with the dude, he was showing the factor of like, okay, like if I get you right here, and because the kid was saying, okay, well, how would you like in defense, right? So if he had the kid and he was able to turn him and control him, and bring him forward because he was doing something with his wrist, right? And mobily, he's like, well, if I pull you here, and he was like explaining like his foot. He's like, I can kick you in the groin, or I can kick you on the side and take the side of your leg out, or I can hit you here and then down there and then flip you. So he was saying that there's so many different options into play where he can either elbow him, or maybe hit him in his chin when he pulls him and boop, right? Or he'll get him right here. So it's no different from like boxing, In boxing, when you're doing that shit, you're lining it up, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then he's gonna expect that, and then before you know it, he tricks that guy and he uppercuts him, right? So it's almost the same thing when it comes to the kung fu art. Like you guys are blocking and deflecting and pushing, and then maybe you might get this lock, and then if he's too concentrated over here and you see an opening down there, boom, you kick him there. Or he blocks that and deflects that. So there's so many ways that it can happen. But what I'm saying is that basically the more practice you have, like applying it out and trying it like with yourself, when it comes face to face with somebody, you're going to supersede that because you've been practicing for so long where it becomes a reaction. And you're going to catch that arm or that headbutt or that footwork, or you know what I mean? You're just going to see it coming. And I love the art, to be honest. Whatever, depending on, like no matter what kind of art it is, there's certain things I do like more than other stuff. Like I like the tiger striking. I like the kinchi or kinchi. I think that's what it is. Kinchi. I think it's kinchi. I like the force shit, right? Don't get me wrong. I like the deflecting and all that. I can always use that, but as in stating power. That applying, I like that. I like that. I like the tiger strike. The snake, it's okay. I don't mind it. Like I would like to use it, maybe just as a good powerful demonstration. I'm still trying to fairly work in the kicks to understand the kicks. Like when I'm doing the swings, the 360 in the air. It's still very difficult. I'm still, sore. I'm going to actually take a couple days off just to let you know, because doing all that back to back for the last fucking 4, 5, 6 days or whatever, it's very exerting on the body. I know a lot of the Shaolin masters and stuff like that, like they train 8 hours a fucking day, right? But each particular training that they do is not just the same thing for 8 hours. They do the hand conditioning for so many hours, and they take a break, then they have lunch, and then, like they have a routine where they do it 8 hours a day, and then they do another, you know what I mean? But it's not a consistent, like the shit that I'm doing, which is just straight up, different movements and kicks and fly kicks and stretching and, the little working out shit and the knuckle push-ups, the finger push-ups. I mean, it's so consistent back to back, even walking from here to the park and back and, doing shit like that. It's very tiring. and then doing the studying like I am right now, like after I get off this right here, I still have fairly more studying to do. Like right now I'm watching the IP Man, where like they got the axe scene and shit like that. This fool over here, he's like being a dick, and he's like, oh, I'm praying for your funeral, because he's trying to kill that bitch, and he took over the crew, and so now he's just being a dick, and he's just praying like, you see what he's doing? He's just kind of like, oh yeah, you're gonna die, and he's just being a fucking dick. I've seen this part. Shit, thank God that didn't shut off. I've seen this part before. I didn't get to finish it because I ended up passing out roughly around 11:30 last night, and I happened to feel something. I was looking out the window, and it was a fucking Domino's delivery. I'm like, really? I'm like, it's almost fucking midnight. They still fucking take takeout at Domino's at 12 at night? Like, I don't know what era I'm in anymore. Like, is this real, or was that just some serial killer that just put the Domino's thing on top of the... I don't know. I didn't know that they did Domino's that late. I thought at the latest was like 9, 10 o'clock, but obviously they're fucking 24 hours. But, that would sound good to have some Domino's delivered, but I like Little Caesars. I prefer Little Caesars. Little Caesars taste, I don't know, Little Caesars to me just tastes fucking way better. Domino's, Anyways, so that was just roughly what I wanted to talk about with the video. And this one's gonna be a long download, but I did want to explain some of my stuff, just cause, you know, whoa, that almost got me. See, the cool thing is that I'm able to use both hands, because I don't get me wrong, I've been training with my left for a very fucking long time, you know, and sometimes I'm not always on point, but if I need to use these, you see what I'm saying? I could still be down with my left. I know how to get down with my left. Not a lot of people can do that, you know. And they call it like ambidextrous or whatever the fuck it's called. Like with my right, I'm always gonna be better with my right, slightly better with my right, because I feel like with my left, I could still do it. I just gotta be a little bit extra careful, just because it could slip out. Stop looking at me. If you're tired, go lay over there. If I'm making too much fucking noise, are you paying the bills, nigga? Are you paying the bills? She hates when I get loud. She's like, look, fool, I'm trying to fucking sleep, dog. Anyways, so that's just some of the stuff that I wanted to explain about the Kung Fu stuff. I don't know who's interested in watching it. I did just download a small video a minute ago, and there's already two views. I don't know where the views are coming from. I don't know. That's the thing that sucks. I don't know who likes the videos. I don't know who's viewing them, right? Or are they just clicking on it by accident and then they're just getting away from it? You know, I really don't know. I have some subscribers. I got some of the kids out here from the apartments. They subscribe to my shit. They'll probably watch it or they don't. I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. I wish I could find out, oh, so-and-so email was the one that selected this or whatever. Like, just to be curious, you know what I mean? Because I might be able to find a stalker, you know, but I'm curious, you know what I mean? I'm curious to know, because if it is somebody that I might know, like, let's say from my job, I got a friend named Alex, I have another friend named Alex, I might, let me see, who else? Oh, my friend Blade, I haven't seen him in a while. He's a bartender now. He was a bar back, but now he's a bartender. He might be viewing my stuff. I know I have a friend named Richard that lives in LA. A friend up this way named Richard that lives off Parkview or Parkway. They could be viewing my stuff. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I would like to know who's actually viewing my stuff or who's liking my shit. But I don't ever get any comments. And I know that when I put the no on there, it means that they can comment on there. But nobody wants to leave a comment. So I don't really know what that's about. It's a possibility people might be watching my shit and then just kind of hating on me and not wanting to see me succeed. Or maybe things are just happening throughout the day and they just don't feel the need to comment, or I don't know. But I've had a couple comments that didn't really make any sense on some old videos, and I was like, it kind of sounds like someone's joking. Like, I don't know who that is, you know what I mean? But I don't really pay too much attention to it. But if somebody were to comment, then it would be more unlikely to, you know, show their email and be like, oh, okay, so this person's been viewing me. You know what I mean? So, anyways, as far as I know, I've been told more than several times is to try to get on TikTok and edit my videos, put it in slow motion, and do like some music and a saying. And you know what? I'm gonna try it. It's gonna be a bitch because I really don't like trying to figure stuff out. Like, you know what I mean? Like internet crap. I hate it. I wish someone can just do it for me. But I want to see where it goes because, like I said, if I can get subscribers, like let's say it's like $1.99 a month or $1 a month or something. But if I can get enough build up capital and eventually start making some real money, then that'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like whenever I get around to the videos or whatever, you know, and I can edit and do the content and so other people are doing it, why can't I? You know what I mean? And I don't need to make a fucking whop load of money, but if I can make a little extra cash, then that's cool. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. So that's just what I wanted to explain about some of my techniques and the shit that I've been watching and viewing, and then I just apply it to what I'm doing. The knife throwing, it's not very that difficult, like, you know, hitting the floor versus like throwing it straight. I want to do that, but I don't have a good setup for that. I don't have like a bunch of wood that's just posted up. I don't have a house. I roughly stay in an apartment. So it's a little difficult. But at least over there on the bridge, you know, there's sometimes, yeah, it sucks because people are coming. There's kids around. But after I let them pass and do their thing, most of the time they're just going right there to go play in the little playground area. I don't want to make people feel threatened or anything. They kind of already see what I'm doing, and people will like look like, oh wow, like what is that? What's that over there, right? They question it, but they don't get all questioning, you know? Unless I'm doing some really weird, like, crackhead crap, then they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna call the cops, and you know what I mean? But even if that happened, I'd be like, look, I'm practicing my martial arts here. I'm not bothering anybody. If this is an issue, I will put it away. You know what I mean? But I don't really necessarily have to worry about that. Plus, I have time frame from when I'm looking. That's why you see me looking a lot. If I see something, I'm putting that shit away. Like, you know what I mean? If they have questions, they can question. I don't really care, you know what I mean? It's not like I question them fucking walking around with a gun on their fucking hip. And how do I know that you're a cop, nigga? How do I really know that you're not an impersonator? Let me see some ID. Let me see some ID. And I don't know if you've seen that one video where I'm hitting the punching bags, right? And I was like, my sister's probably the only one that would get that shit. Because I was like, just a little taste. See what it tastes like. That's from Nacho Libre. When he's all like, don't you want a little taste of the glory? See what it tastes like. You know, he's trying to be all Mexican and shit. So that was part of the smart ass towards the end where I was like, see what it tastes like. That's if you get it or not. Kind of like Friday, you know, Friday or Friday after next when he's like, why don't y'all do anything when that fat bitch jump on me? Y'all standing around and hugging and shit. Bitch, you're supposed to be 1,000 feet away from my house. I'm pregnant with your baby. That ain't my baby. Mike Epps. Come on, you all know that shit. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. But that was pretty much all the layout of what I was talking about with the Kung Fu, expressing yourself, correcting the fact that I was talking about the madness, but I already had performed that. And the other one was basically like the centipede. I'm going to look into other ones so I can apply more methods and just kind of throw some combinations in there for the next video. Like I said, I've overexerted my body. I was doing a lot of working out at the gym, benching like 120, pulling over 120, right? The other day before, even though this right here, like this shoulder right here, it's fucking like in here in the muscle, it's torn right here. So in this video that I'm gonna throw up, I'm not performing as great as I was the last couple of times, but I was still pushing out as much as I could, and this shit's fucked up. Like I can feel it, it's torn. I'm gonna give myself a couple days to recover, because like I said, I've overexerted my body already, you know, like I could feel it, my knees and my back, and you know, especially right here, like where the lymphatic system runs, like in the veins, which is a good thing, because right here, like I've been noticing, like in the mirror, the veins are really sticking out, like a lot, and like not in a cloggy way, more kind of like, since I've been going through some pains right here, and it's not just because of the workouts, but the lymphatic system that was clogged right here for partially a long time, it's opened up and now it's flowing. And that's where all that pain is, because it hasn't been flowing. Now it's rapidly flowing, so that means that like eventually like my whole gut lining is gonna seal up, and my skin's gonna be better, my eyesight's gonna be better, my hearing's gonna be better. Because there's a lot of reasons, well, a lot of people don't understand, but technically, if your gut is super damaged from whatever you were eating, or fairly if you were drinking, like I was, like I drink a lot of fucking alcohol drinks that were like artificially type flavored with a lot of sugar content, it'll tear up your whole lining. You know what I mean? That's why you see a lot of dudes at their age, like they look like they're aging more, or they're getting like really white hairs, like, you know, like certain shit that shouldn't be showing, it's showing. But then they're like, oh, I'm just sick, or it's hereditary, or the doctor said this. Nah, nigga, it's your gut. It's something that you're doing in your diet, or something that you've been drinking, or something that you've been having that's been accumulation over time, and it's making you sick. It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? It could be fucking cereal, it can be milk, it can be cheese, it can be maybe you're eating too much shrimp, you could be having too much tuna. You know, I don't know, whatever your fucking diet is as a man, you know what I mean? And then when you really think about it, it's always the woman that's like replenished, and she's looking fine, and she's sexy, you know. There ain't nothing wrong with her, but the guy's dying. Like, and she probably knows. She's probably like, oh, I'm gonna wait till this nigga die. He don't even know, right? Because women have good intuition, right? Like, if they're having something that they fairly know in their body, like, oh, this is making me feel drowsy, or this is making me feel, I'm not even gonna eat that shit no more. Women will make a clear-headed decision and just stop doing that. Men, we're kind of ignorant, you know, because we like to go hard. Like, look at me. Like I said, I fucking fucked my shit up because I was benching. I benched the other day before, was like at 130 twice. Right? And then I did the fucking overhand shit. I tore my shit even more. And then I'm over here at the park like, yeah, you know, you don't think that shit's tearing away at my fucking shit? Like, it's fucking tearing away, you know? So, like, we tend to go hard. You know what I mean? If you're a man like that. Some men, they just don't do shit. They just smoke weed, scratch their balls, probably masturbate a little bit, take a shower, and go to bed. You know what I mean? Or play video games. Certain men are men, certain men aren't, you know? So, for me, I just look at it like, we don't really have a balance for some reason. Or even like in our heritage, like especially Hispanic men, like we don't do anything in moderation. We just go hard on everything. Oh, me and the boys, yeah, we're just gonna have some shots and we'll smoke some weed. You know, we overdo things. Women will do shit in moderation, and that's why a lot of women, they don't fairly seem to get sick. If some of them do, it might be because of something that they have on a gradual amount of time. Like maybe they drink coffee every fucking day, and over that accumulation of time it starts to cause eczema, or they got some kind of infection somewhere, or maybe they got gout, or you know, and mainly, like I said, it's the gut. If the gut is fairly dry and you don't have enough like fluid throughout the day, and I'm not talking about fluid as in orange juice or soda or any of those type of products that you buy from the store. I'm talking about real fluid, which is water. Water content, you know, fairly like this kind of water. Like I said, distilled water with lemon. I don't know if you can see it, but the little floating particles, that's part of the lemon. So, Get yourself a water app like I do. It's like, it's green and it shows a cup on it. It goes off of your weight. So like, let's say you weigh, I don't know, fucking, like me, I weigh 117.2 or 117. I put it in there. It tells me I need exactly 58.9 ounces of water a day. But I'll go over that. Like sometimes I'll have 76 ounces of water, or 66 ounces of water, right? Or 97 ounces of water. At the most I remember having, before I was going to run the next day, when I was like really hydrated, really dehydrated, I want to say, I was at 101.8 ounces of water. That's a lot of fucking water. So I was 50 something ounces over than the average of my weight. But it lubricates the joints. It allows me to run without getting any tightness. Or, you know, if you are ever on a run and your knee starts to lock up, it's because you're out of water. You know, most people will be like, oh no, you know, I got this, or I have to go to the doctors and get a shot in my fucking back and this and that. They weren't doing that shit centuries ago. You know what I mean? We're all programmed to think all these things because the doctor was saying this or telling you that, right? Like, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. You have to think about it. If you weigh 164 fucking pounds, right? And I weigh 117, and the requirement for my water intake is 58 or 56 ounces, how many ounces are you not drinking out of the day, right? If you're having 1 cup of water, that's not covering your 164 fucking ounces, right? Like, or 64 pounds of weight that your body is like really dry on. Like, you're talking about your whole body. Like, think of your whole body as a towel that's just fucking straight dry, and you throw 1 little cup of water on it. It's not enough for that dry towel. You need to get the whole fucking towel wet. You know what I mean? So you're talking about ounces of fucking water. Drink a lot of water, you know, and especially if you're like fucking 6'3" and you weigh like 205, nigga, you need a lot of fucking water. You probably need to drink a whole gallon of water a day, you know? You know what I mean? And it's good for you, bro. Like, if you learn to detox your body and drink a certain amount of water, it will eventually start to kick in where you're conditioning it to the water factor, right? And you might not even eat that much. And then before you know it, within a week, you're like, fuck, I dropped like 40 pounds, right? But it's not a bad 40. Some people are like, oh, well, what about the nutrition and this and that? Motherfucker, I'll say it like I said a million times. There was a kid by the name of Vegetable Police from YouTube. I forget his fucking name. But he went on a 21-day water fast. You know what that means? Just water. Nothing else. So if he was able to do a water fast for 21 days, where was the nutrition at? He wasn't retarded. He wasn't like he was very functionable. When he made that 21-day water fast, he filmed each passing day of what he was doing, what he was feeling, what he was going through, his hunger pains. He talked about it all. He even went fucking swimming and jogging working out a little bit here and there on a 21-day water fast. Obviously, the hospitals and the doctors and all this fucking bullshit they tell you about, they're lying. If somebody was able to actually go through that physicality, you know, to really fucking drink water for 21 days only, and then be like, look, I made it out. Like, look what I can do. Look what I accomplished. You know what I mean? If that person can do that, that's a lot of fucking mind power. That's a lot of good state of mind, you know? And of course, like I said, I didn't want it to go this long, but to explain things and get real knowledge out there, it's going to take time. 43 minutes, 44 minutes. Okay, 44 minutes. I just peeped out a lot of kung fu aspects, a lot of knowledge too about drying out and being sick and being told from the wrong source. Certain things that, I mean, if you don't believe me, like I said, download an app, get the proper app, find out, you know, like what your weight, or do your weight and all that, and then just try it out. Try it out for like 7 days. See how things change for you drinking water in general. You know what I mean? Don't skip out on your meal, but what I'm saying is that you can at least, okay, if you're used to eating 3 meals a day, try cutting it down to 2 meals. or drinking all that water that's supposed to, you know, like whatever they level you at, like if like you're 6'3", 209 pounds and you're supposed to have 164 ounces of water, right? So if you drink 164 ounces per day, majority of the time you're probably not even going to be hungry because you're drinking all that water. If you do happen to eat, have that one meal towards the end of the day, and then you'll be satiated, and then just go to sleep, right? Let the body work itself, and then before you know it, you're like, man, I don't even need those fucking 2 meals. I don't even know why I was doing that shit, right? The mental programming, and then eventually, you're down to your 1 meal. You're down to your fucking 1 meal, and then after you're, go get it. Go get the tire. Go get the tire. Fucking lazy essay. You're so lazy essay. Yeah, you love. She just loves her daddy. She's like, I want your attention and love and affection. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, just try it out, and before you know it, you're having at least 1 meal a day. You're mainly full and satiated because of the water. You can add the lemon, or you could do juice fasting. Juice fasting is very exciting and tastes very good. It really does depend on the quality of, you know, kind of juice that you're having. Like me, I for the last couple of days, I've been doing grapes. I've been doing the grapes along with some oranges and lemons and 1 green apple and some ginger. It's fucking bomb as fuck. It'll clean you out. Like, after the first 30 minutes or 40 minutes after we went walking to the parking lot, I had to take a shit. You know? It cleans your gut system out. You know what I mean? And then you're just pretty much, you're clear-headed out throughout the whole day. You get all the vitamins out of it, you know, from the fruit. So, like, just sit the fuck down, fool. Be a normal dog and just sit down. She don't know how to be like a normal puppy. She's just very uptight and strenuous. You're just stressed all the time. You're just stressed all the time. You're just always on guard and, you know, stretching and, you know, like, are you okay? Like, do you have to be stressed out all the time? She's just a fucking dork, I swear. She's like... What do you mean? Like I said, she's this little scandalous ass. She's like, I'm gonna get you when I get stronger. Oh my god. Hey. Are we gonna take over the world one weak link at a time? She's like, I'm gonna get you, Austin Powers. I'm gonna get you. Anyways, fucking, she's such a dork, I swear. Here, nigga, you gonna go on the mission? Here, you kill that nigga first. You gonna do it or what? Oh my gosh. Anyways, don't mind me. I'm just being fucking stupid. She's like, one link at a time. One weak link at a time, right? Are we gonna go hurt those little puppies tomorrow? She is, dude. She's a punk. She'll be punking. She punked this older dog earlier because she's older and she knows, and she's like, "Oh, your back hurts." She's like, and that dog's like, "Oh," and Lulu's like, right? You little punk, fool. But it's okay. You're my punk, right? One little wink link at a time. Till you get stronger. Till you get stronger to punk everybody, huh? Till you get stronger to punk everybody. Anyways, she's just fucking funny. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it was so fucking long. It was like 59 minutes long. It's gonna take forever to download. But I hope you guys enjoy the video I'm gonna throw up. And then after that video, I'm gonna make some more. Like I said, after a couple days, I just need to heal this up and recover. She needs to recover because we've been going back to back. Like I said, I was doing the benching and the pulling down at the gym. So I did fairly 2 days ago, I did 130 down, right? I did only so many. Like I said, I was only able to push out twice. And then with the head down, I'll do close range, probably like 8 pumps. And then on the bar, go out a little bit more, right? And then I did another 8 pumps. So I go from 130 to 120, right? 130 to 120 to 100 to 90 to 80 to 70, and so on and so forth. So I'm doing that many sets, right? Like the boom, 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 boom. But even before then, before that day when I did 130, I was mainly always doing like 120. So I push that out maybe like about 10, maybe 12 times. And then slowly drop it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let it really stretch back where I can get the stretch here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bam! I'll let it drop, right? Then I'll do my overhands. Boom, right? And then I got it from 120 to 115 to 100 to 90 to 80 to 70. And then 60, I could do 60. If I'm not doing the 60, then I'm redoing the 80 again in that same set, and then I'll drop it down to 70, and that makes it about, like a couple days ago, I made about 7 sets. I did 7 sets here, 7 sets there. I wasn't really doing so much on my legs, but that's okay. I'm running out of time on this video, so I'm going to cut it short already. Well, not really necessarily short, but I'm going to cut it. You guys have a great night, and I hope you understand all the teachings I gave out to you guys and enjoy the content. Alright, see you guys later.